Hey YouTube friends, what's going on? All right, so this is actually all my food farce. It's still looking. Even we're gonna do another video on that, but even though everything is looking this brown, dead, stuff happened back in the food farce, there's still things I could be grateful for, and that's what we're gonna be looking at today. All right, let's get right into the video. So yes, YouTube family, welcome to my garden. And today we're gonna be coming to the side part of my home, which kind of get a little bit protected, from the cold, and the warmth from the house. Actually, I protect a lot of stuff here. Let me show you an example of something right here. Like this is an extremely cold sensitive miracle berry. Yes, it did get burned a little bit, but you could see it's protected back here without no cover or nothing. Yes, it's gonna probably lose some stuff, but it's perfectly alive comparing to stuff like this. Comparing to look, this is all brown. Yep. But what we're gonna do today in this video is we're gonna harvest some turmeric. Yeah. All right. Today we're gonna be harvesting turmeric, but not just any turmeric. We're gonna be harvesting the Hawaiian turmeric, Olena, I think that's or it's spelled Olena. Yeah, and I was introduced to this 2 years ago, and I decided said I'm gonna grow a lot of this year. And the reason for that is this is actually one of my favorite plants in the food forest. Like really excited to finally dig it up and show you what it looks like. All right, before we go any further, you could see if you look here, everything is all dried up here. Yeah, yeah, but we should have some goodness beneath all of that stuff. Let me just give you a quick rundown. The Alina, or the Hawaiian turmeric is known for its high curcumin content. That deep orange, okay, rich, strong flavor. When you cut into it, which we're gonna show you, you can see that vibrant, color and everything. This is the type of turmeric, that color. People look for that kind of quality when they want good quality turmeric. All right, so let's harvest some of this stuff right now. Yeah. And if you wondering why we harvest it now, you know, normally, when you're gonna harvest turmeric, you wait until it's all dried up. All this is dried. This is what you want to see to know when. If you watch my previous video, you probably see when this was lush and green and beautiful. And turmeric, the rhizomes, and it's like roots looking like ginger. All right, let me just come over here. Show you. It's beneath the soil. Yeah. So we had to freeze, but everything was beneath the soil, being protected from the wall here. So I think everything is probably gonna be in great shape right here. All right. So let's see what we got. And one of the plus of growing turmeric home is like you know what you're getting, you know where your food come from, you know where the medicine coming from. Yeah. Yep. As I use the turmeric in, I make there's something they call golden milk that I make like most nights before I go to bed. It's like help with a lot of stuff. It's stuff you could actually research and see all the benefits of it. Hard stuff. And see what we have underneath. All this stuff. So all this, nothing go in the garbage here. Remember, our food forest is a full circle gardening. What grows here, go right back in the food forest. All right. So normally stuff like this I take and I actually dump around, like put around my fruit trees. Right now everything is like all messed up. Yeah, but once those stuff break down, they're gonna actually help my fruit trees in the coming months. All right, so Let's dig up some of this stuff right now. See what we got. All right. Look at this orange goodness already, guys. Look at this orange goodness. I think right now I'm thinking we probably need to pour this out. I don't want to break up the turmeric. Look how orange this is, guys. Color deep. Beautiful color. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep. So after we finish our harvest all this, we're gonna wash it up and all that stuff. Alright, so I think alright, let's see. I'm gonna turn this over. Good. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. This, guys, beautiful. The color is amazing to look at. All right, so this is the first piece. Let's see what else we got. Should be a couple more. Bring you guys deeper. Let's see. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys. So let's see. Show you what we got so far. So we got these so far. We're gonna put that over that side. We got these pieces coming up, and we're gonna regrow this also, like smaller pieces like this. We're gonna actually just regrow. Yep. But let's see what else we got. All right, so we got beautiful, beautiful turmeric. Let's see. All this soil we're gonna actually reuse. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I think we have a lot more here. Okay, guys. Oh, it's breaking off. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful turmeric. Can't wait to actually add this to my different stews, shakes, everything. Yeah. This is pure medicine we actually growing right here. I wanted the beauty of this. We went through that freeze and everything is actually looking really good. Good quality stuff. Yep. Got more here. Looking good, looking good, looking good. And this is just one container. We have actually more containers to go to dig up, but we're gonna just do one for today, and then yeah, we do a different day. I think we have more here. Let's see. Try not to break it up. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Good. Looking good, looking good. Healthy stuff we got here, guys. Nice, nice. So we got a lot of turmeric from this container. That's good. All right. Let's clean this up and then we come right back and show you what we got. All right, guys. So this is what we have here. So after this harvest, we harvest this. We're gonna wash it, and then we're gonna also set aside the best pieces for replanting. Then the rest for cooking, storage. Not a lot of waste here. Yeah, if you're growing turmeric, just be patient. It takes time, and it's gonna work every in a week, every day, every month. Yeah, yeah. Turmeric loves our temperature here in Florida. All right, so It's thrive with the warm weather. You know, I wouldn't advise you planting it in direct sun. I actually plant my turmeric in partial shade to the side of the house, which probably the wisest thing to do, you know, and the wisest thing I did, you know, because look, we got a freeze. My turmeric is like still good. Everything is good. All right, so let's wash, clean this up, and let's see what we actually really got. All right. All right, let's pour this out and see what. So one container gave us all this stuff. And the plus side with turmeric, guys, it's easy to grow. Easy to grow. Plant your turmeric if you live in the, Florida, especially. Anyway, we get a lot of sun, partial shade, and you're gonna be happy with the harvest. And remember, when you grow your own turmeric, all right, let's wash this up, and you get to see how beautiful this. Look at it, guys. Look at the color. Look at it. Look at that. Guys, looking good. Clean this up. So let me just show you something. You see this? This is what I planted. This one piece here, and this produced all of this. See that, guys? I'm gonna show you again. You can see this right here. This is a piece of rhizome we planted, and this is what we got from this rhizome. We got all of this stuff. So you see, it's a little tiny piece is gonna produce a lot of turmeric. Yeah. Get all this dirt out. Beautiful. This is like gold, guys. Gold. The golden color, gold. Gold for your health at least. Yep. And we gotta keep ourselves healthy. Meaning taking the right stuff, eating the right food and stuff. And that's one of the main reasons we grow too, is we're concerned where our food comes from, what are they putting in the food, and stuff like that. So if you ask most gardeners why you grow, they're gonna tell you 100% of the time because they want clean food. They know what they're putting in their food. Yep. Yep. This did not travel nowhere. Straight from our backyard. Yeah. Straight from our food forest. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Look again. Show you again. This tiny piece just broke off of this. This piece gave us all this. Good, 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 good. All right, guys. So I just want to thank you for spending some time with me in my garden today. If you enjoy this harvest, or any other videos you watch, just remember to like, subscribe, share it with someone that you probably know want to start growing medicine or just be on a healthier lifestyle. Someone who kind of want to grow their own food, someone who's currently growing their own food. All right. So I'll be blessed with peace, love, happiness, and kindness. One love. See you guys in the next video. I appreciate you all.